Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Neto. I am here at the Midwich stand for AVonAir. Great episode this time. We have Bobby Schwartz from A&D. How are you, sir?
Wonderful to see you, Chris. It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute, man. In Vegas, it's appropriate to say hot minute. It's 110 outside today. Let's talk about the heat that's going on in here, because you guys are bringing some new stuff to the market. What did you bring to InfoComm 2026?
So as we're continuing to try and re-innovate and reimagine how safety can be had, and that's real key, is invention is in our bloodstream. So we've brought out and just released a new device, which is, on the surface, isn't super hot. We made a multicolor visual indicator strobe.
Okay.
There's a few of those out there in the IP market world, right?
Yeah.
Beauty is with our engineering team out in the States, we all had a meeting. I said, look, we need to have one of these, but I need you to make it more better.
More better. All right.
That is a very technical term.
I'm familiar with more better.
So what we ended up doing then is I kind of forgot about it for a couple weeks. And one day the mechanical engineering team comes in and they have a little box and it's a square. And I was like, strobes? I've never seen a square strobe. Like, strobe lights are always domes or...
Yeah.
You know, I was like, why is this? Okay, tell me. What they actually... And then we started working on what the design was of that. But putting it in a square format allowed us to actually control to an extent where light goes.
Yeah.
So suddenly we said, why not? Why have one strobe? Why not make that indicator have
3 sides of strobe.
3 sides, 4
Amazing.
sides, per dot, per
Yeah, why
side?
not?
Suddenly, you've got 6 independent strobes in one little box
Yep.
that are all independently controllable, all colors, and grab brightness, put it in indoor-outdoor enclosure,
Yep.
and make sure it's a value to the people. So for us, it wasn't about, hey, let's make something that can blink a bunch of lights. It was, what's a problem in schools for egress?
Yeah.
How do we make a solution that nobody's asking for because nobody knows there's hardware that can do it? Because it
Correct.
wasn't to now.
And the beauty of LED is that you can do a lot with little tiny components. So you can really pack in a lot of color and brightness and stuff like that, and something that traditionally wasn't built for that. So that's pretty cool that you can kind of take that.
So people are like, what's the practical use? Well, you think in a school, you have your visual indicators. I mean, back when we were in school, and still in most schools, we had to deal with a fire alarm, leave the building. But now you have, was that 3 long rings, 1 short ring? And you have to remember on drills. So that's where mass notification things come in. But still, visual notification in this way is a high demand. Is it all clear? Is it locked down? Is it shelter in place? What are we doing?
Yeah, it's not just a fire anymore. It could be numerous things, and how you egress is super important.
When you walk out of your hallway, depending on that, which way are you supposed to go? Do you remember which way?
Yeah.
So now imagine looking down your hallway and you have this the indicator telling you what SRP you're in, but then also in the direction you're looking, one way it's green on the wall, the other way is red. Again, in a true panic situation, training thoughts, they disappear, especially in kids.
Awesome.
So this now, it's like, hey, we all know green means go, except here in recording.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
in a broadcast studio, we would just invert that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
people know where to go. But same thing, the idea is we are giving a tool that allows people to innovate, adapt their plans, their safety plans, their specific needs, and the technologies they're using into whatever, not limited by hardware, make your plan your own instead of trying to change your plan to the hardware.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, when it comes to the security thing, there's an assumption that there is standards. Obviously, there's things that need to be done from a city, state, local, federal type stuff. You guys are packing that all in, but now you're also able to get creative in how those standards are now being used. Is that a good way to put it?
Exactly. It's adapting those standards and plans and just giving for the end user something that is flexible to their needs. If you need a bright, simple strobe, it does that, and it doesn't cost more. So it's like, get your standard flasher.
Yeah, exactly.
Get all the extra power for free and use it when you want to and adapt it how you need to. But otherwise, everything else is packed in that you need now and probably well into the future. And let's rethink it. When we started with this product, with our whole product line, a lot of people said it was a really stupid idea to put a display and a speaker together. Just give us the IP speaker.
Yeah,
that was back in 2004, 2005. Now look at this part of the industry.
Yeah. I mean, everything else is going all in one. Why not? You know, it kind of makes sense. Packing in the features, doing all the stuff that, some people would have to before have to get 1, 2 different and 3 different things. But one of the things that you continue to do is you make yourself or your systems ubiquitous. They can be used in conjunction with other systems, correct?
Exactly. And for us, it's about making flexible hardware. So from an integration standpoint, especially, it's important because my answer was always, it might be cliche, but when somebody say, well, we're speccing a system, I would do a lot of design work.
Yeah.
I used to get my hands dirty. People would ask, they're like, well, can it do the X, Y, or Z? Can you interface it to my fire alarm to pull a trigger that doesn't over defeat it? Yes. How? Any question, how? We have GPIOs built into everything.
Yeah.
We have APIs available for our software to be able to tap into the true features. We work with any major software that is willing to work with us to just make it open ecosystem. It's about getting everyone together, making everyone's lives safer, and not, again, having to worry about complicated plans. Technology shouldn't be complicated.
No, it not.
It doesn't have to be.
Correct. Things that come with the smaller the data, the manual, the better. Especially for technology, it's supposed to be making our lives a little easier, a lot safer, a lot simpler. When can we expect the product to be out on the street?
So this was the first debut of it. The only prototype in existence is currently sitting in this booth, so it's under high security.
Awesome.
But please, we can come through and take a look if you're at the show. But these will be shipping before the end of the year. So we're targeting Q4.
Q4.
And everything's ready on those. So more to come.
And just for folks that would like to know more about A&D, you guys typically debut products here, or how's your cycles go? Like security. Think of me as a novice. You guys may be new to a lot of AV companies that haven't looked in security. If you were to say to an AV company, traditional AV company that's been kind of doing other things, maybe they're adding IP lighting to their the conversation, and yes, they're traditional UC space, or they've done integrated. Where does security fit into that?
So in this, it comes down to the overall safety features and security, and that's the thing. It does make it easy. So especially if you work in K-12 or you have K-12 clients for anything, you're doing the gymnasiums and the audio. That's how I cut my teeth.
Yeah.
This is, you have the right contacts, and you don't need to be a network specialist. You don't need to have any of these extra chops. That's what our team, that's what distributors like here at Midwich, you guys do for the resellers. But just know that the answer is yes. Like, do you do bells? Do you do clocks? Do you do paging?
Yeah.
You can just say yes and then bring in Midwich or bring us in together. And what'll happen is it becomes a really easy design because it's one cable, it's power over Ethernet. The network's already there. They know how to administrate. We play with everything. So really, it's an easy value proposition for a reseller to continue to expand their own values. Yeah. And the key is, this market is exploding.
Yeah.
But analog clocks and analog paging still comprise about 60 to 70% of K-12 schools who are trying to look for alternatives. This isn't a premium priced solution. So this is where it gets really interesting, where you can be the value proposition hero.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know they can afford this. And it does become a lot. I mean, bells, you have to have them.
Yeah.
Clocks, you got to have them.
Correct.
Paging, every school has them. How about get your mass notification for free?
Yeah. So you're primarily in the K through 12, but you could obviously do campuses and hospitals and
the
all that
same
stuff.
technologies. K-12 is a huge market for us. It's one of the ones because it just makes sense. But the same technologies, you need to get a message out. You need to have critical communications that are redundant. You need to be interfaced with any type of technology. This applies from everywhere. We've done hospital, healthcare networks, universities. Sky's the limit. Corporate, warehousing, industrial, because it's easier to control the network.
Yeah.
Where safety's critical. You don't know if a mouse chewed through your entire paging system when you're running a traditional wired line, 2-wire line.
Yeah.
One speaker goes out. You have an email in your IT stack knowing it went out, and you've only lost one. Correct. And they tend to be battery backed up. So again, you get a natural redundancy built into that safety. So anywhere you need to deliver a clear, critical message, it's a really powerful solution.
Sounds good. I love the way you put it for the companies that are out there, integrators that may have not looked into this, is to take a chance on it because you already have everything in place to do the things that this does. You have the technicians, you have the ability to pull a single cable, and a lot of this is pretty simple. And for those that are afraid, give Bobby a call because Bobby can help you out. Anyway,
here to help.
don't call his cell phone. Just try the website first. Where can we
Chris
find more
knows. I'll
information?
get back to you in 2 days.
Where can we find out more information about A&D?
You can come to www.anetd.com.
anetd.com. Folks, you hear it here first. A&D, Bobby Schwartz, talking about all new products, all new things that are happening here at InfoComm 2026. Thank you, sir. I hope you guys have a successful rest of the show. And for the folks that are catching this after on the rebound, get a hold of your Midwich rep. We can help you and assist with anything with the A&D stuff. And we know Bobby, so we can get him on the phone.
Chris does have my cell number.
We do. We do. Thanks again so much for watching. This has been another episode of AVonAir Live from InfoComm 2026.